What's up, guys? It's been a long time since I've actually recorded a video. I don't know if I'm going to do any editing for this part. I think I might just be recording this flat out and just posting it right away. I wanted to do a video talking about doing Pro Bowl. I know I did Pro Bowl videos last year where I picked the offensive defensive rosters, and we've been doing basically the same thing this year. I think those videos did pretty well. It's always kind of a fun exercise. And I actually haven't voted for the Pro Bowl this year. Usually, and especially when I was a kid, I would vote over and over and over again for my favorite guys. This time around, I just want to do my first rip right now on camera, see what I get from here, and just kind of see what everything looks like. I know they've updated the way they do the ballots. I don't really love it. You used to be able to sort through everything, every category. It doesn't look like you can do that right now, which is kind of disappointing, especially because I've done articles every week of the season talking about football, both at the college and NFL level. I don't feel like I'm very in tune to the stats right now and who's performing well and who isn't, but we get 6 quarterbacks to pick from right away. I'm old enough to remember when I used to have to do it for the AFC and NFC, I believe, pick 3 from each conference. Right now, I think you just get 6 overall. And if we don't want to talk about quarterbacks going to the Pro Bowl, I think you got to pick the guys who are in the MVP debate, or at least were in the MVP debate for the past couple of weeks when they all seem to drop off and have issues. And for me, that's Tom Brady. That's Matthew Stafford. That is, I don't want to really pick Josh Allen. I know he was top of the MVP betting odds, I believe, going to last week or going to 2 weeks ago, but it never really made any sense to me why, honestly. I'll take Aaron Rodgers as well. He's really bounced back after about one bad game against the Saints. Is really performing well. I'll take Kyler Murray. I know he's missed at least 3 games already, but he's been really well when he's been in there. And frankly, considering how everyone else performed, even during the time he's missed, he might still be the MVP favorite. I'm being serious about that. Everyone else performed so poorly during the time he's missed. Looking at who else is left, I'm really looking at 4 guys here maybe. Mahomes, Prescott, Herbert, Josh Allen, maybe Kirk Cousins as well. This gets to be 5. I think I have 2 votes left. That's tough, man. I'm really having trouble, honestly, drawing the line between who I should take here towards the end. I'll give it to Josh Allen. I'll give him a nod. And honestly, I'm gonna do Dak, and I'm gonna do Justin Herbert. I'm gonna leave Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins, and Mahomes off, which I know could be somewhat controversial. I might even be tempted, honestly, to do it again. I might be tempted to flip Stafford for Mahomes or Allen or Cousins, honestly. But we'll go on to running back. Now, this is pretty easy. I mean, the first couple selections here: Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb. Those guys are top 3 in rushing yards this year. Taylor's obviously 1 after this past weekend. Derrick Henry's 2. I don't think Henry's going to appear in any of the ballots because of his injury. He won't be able to play, obviously. Nick Chubb is 3rd in rushing despite missing, I think, 3 games this year, 2 or 3 games this year. He's 3rd in rushing. So that's an easy pick. Joe Mixon had a big game against the Raiders. That's another easy selection for me. Looking through the rest of the list, I wish I pulled up yards from scrimmage leaders for the year, because that would get to the receiving totals as well, which I wish they pulled up, honestly. Let me see if I can get yards from scrimmage pull up real quickly here on my other browser so I can actually check that out, because I don't want to be making too much of a fool of myself for making these selections. Yards from scrimmage leaders for 2021. Yeah, let's see if I can get this pulled up real quickly. Okay, what do we have? Najee's up there. Najee's up there with over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. Now, granted, that's because Pittsburgh 4 seasons walks, he has to get in the ball over and over again. Austin Eckler, that's someone I was looking at, 978 yards from scrimmage, if this is accurate. That puts him towards the top of the league. Zeke's up there. DeAndre Swift is up there. DeAndre Swift has been hot the past 2 weeks. Commander's been up there, even though he's missed the past couple weeks as well. And now he's not going to play this week. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go with I am going to give it to Eckler. I'm going to give it to Eckler, even though that's a bit of a controversial decision. He plays the game a little bit differently than a lot of the other backs I picked here. I am a Steelers fan. Najee Harris probably does not necessarily deserve the selection, but I'm going to give it to him anyways, just because I need to have at least one homer pick in there. And my last selection, Jones and Kamara have been hurt recently. I'll give it to Dalvin Cook. I will give Dalvin Cook the vote. That gives us on to receivers. Now, this is pretty easy for me. Deebo Samuel and Cooper Kupp have been obviously the best receivers in the NFL this year. Devontae Adams might be the most talented receiver in the NFL, based on what he's been the past couple of years. Justin Jefferson just came off a monster game against the Packers. He's been really good so far this year. Tyreek Hill had a bit of a down stretch at points. It feels like he's been absent in the offense at times in Kansas City. But obviously, we all know how talented he is and how much of a game record he can be. Man, am I going straight down the line here? I feel like I need to pick Ja'Marr Chase, too. Ja'Marr Chase has had drop issues. I know it was a big storyline during the preseason. And people were saying, it's ridiculous once you get to the regular season. He's performing so well. He still has drop issues. He still dropped the ball quite a bit compared to the other elite receivers in the NFL. Just looking down the rest of this list, no one's jumping out at me too much. Adam Thielen is a touchdown machine. I think everyone knows that. Mike Evans also a touchdown machine with Tom Brady. His connection is super, super tight with Brady right now. Guys like Mike Williams and Michael Pittman have had pretty good years overall. CeeDee Lamb's having a big breakout as well. Really, to me, Terry McLaurin, Keenan Allen, Ja'Marr Chase, it comes down to those three guys for me. Maybe Stephon Diggs. I'm still going to give it to Ja'Marr Chase, though, just because some of the stuff he's done as a rookie is just really impressive. I give him a lot of respect for that. And also, I had him as a top 5 player in last year's draft. I like to cash in on my wins sometimes, so I'll take that. This is probably the fewest fullbacks I think I've ever seen listed on a Pro Bowl ballot. That's quite sad, honestly. I get 6 votes. How many fullbacks are there on here? There are 9 fullbacks here. I get to pick 6 of them? Okay. Whatever you say, I'll take the ones I know. Jason Cabinda, I believe I say his last name. I was a huge fan of him when he was a linebacker at Penn State. I was a huge fan for him. He used to play for the Raiders. I hope he makes the Pro Bowl this year. That'd be amazing. Juszczyk, everyone knows. Patrick Ricard, I'll take him. Janovich as well. Sure. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know beyond that. I don't recognize as many names as I thought I would for the fullback spot, but it's an evolving position. And by that, I mean it's going extinct. But on to the next group, tight ends. Travis Kelsey, easy selection. People were talking about him maybe having a little bit of a washed year this year. He's had some struggles, not been as consistent, not been as elite consistently this season, but nonetheless, still, I think the best 10 in the NFL this year, considering all the injuries that have gone on. Guys like George Kittle missing time. Markie Andrews, he's in our top 3, top 5 tight end in the NFL. He has to be picked. Darren Waller, I'll take one as well, even though I know he's been less consistently productive as I was hoping for him to be this year. I haven't fantasy football. I know it's not necessarily been the best year so far for him. I am going to pick George Kittle just because I know he's missed time, but he's a blocking monster when he's out there. And frankly, despite the fact he's missed time, he's 8th in receiving yards for tight ends this year, according to this list. I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to take that bet there. Another guy who's missed time, Noah Fant, but I don't think I'm going to be taking him this year. Pat Freiermuth with 5 touchdowns down there. That's certainly something to keep an eye on. I want to pick Kyle Pitts, but I'll be honest. Kyle Pitts hasn't really been that impressive this year to me. He had 1 or 2 really good games. I love Kyle Pitts. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Florida Gators fan. I love what he did in college. I just can't. I'm going to pick him. I'm going to pick Dallas Goedert, and I'm going to pick Gesicki. Yeah, I'll go with that. Because Gesicki's had quarterback issues. Goddard has been injured, had quarterback issues as well sometimes. So those are guys I'm going with. I know Kyle Pitts is obviously the snub in this list. I don't like picking over him anyways, but the other guys in this list right now are just better than me. So we'll go over that. Tackles. I hope Tyron Smith's on here. I know Tyron Smith has missed time recently, but when he is healthy, he has been so good this year. Is he going to pop up, though? Yep, there he is. I'm taking Tyron Smith. That's a pretty easy pick for me. He's been money this year, despite, he's dealing with injuries. I get that. I know sometimes the injuries impact people's opinion on whether a guy should go to the Pro Bowl or not. Listen, he's been so good this year, I don't care. I don't care. While we're down here, Trent Williams has been a monster. He's solidifying himself as a future Hall of Famer this year, I believe, based on how well he's performed so far. That's an easy pick for me. Who else do we want to throw on the ballot here? Andrew Whitworth's been pretty good this year. Sean Slater, obviously, as a rookie, has been very good. Ryan Ramczyk had a pretty rough start to the year. He's kind of picked it up since then. Who else? Michael Onwenu is the guy who I love to pound the table for. Terran Armstead has been banged up this year. I know he's missed a lot of time, but he's still one of the best tackles in the league when healthy. Wirfs is having another solid year after a very, very good freshman year. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I got 4 more picks. I got some money to throw around here. I'm gonna take they have on when you I can't say his name. I can't say his last name. As much as I love him, I can't say it. There he is. I'll take him there. Who else am I going to put here? Definitely not one of the Steelers tackles. Definitely not one of the Steelers guys. That's not happening. There's no way am I putting a vote on one of those guys. You know what? For old time's sake, is Whitworth down here? Yes, I'll tell you. I'll give Whitworth one last go because he has been good this year. I mean, as much as I joke about, he has been very good in pass blocking once again. He is always a master in terms of pass blocking. You know what? I'm tempted to give worse. I can actually, you know what? I can still give him one. I can give worse one. I'm going to give Slater one as well, just for how well he's performed as a rookie. And I don't feel like I left too many guys off. I mean, there could have been some guys you could argue for here, but I feel like those guys are a pretty solid group. With Armstead missing time, I still feel pretty confident in my selections. Maybe Dwayne Brown as well could get an argument there, but I feel good with the group I had picked. On to guard. All right, first 2 selections are pretty easy. Joe Bitonio is right in front of my face. That's an easy one. And then down a little bit, Zac Martin. That's another easy pickup. Those 2 guys have been really good this year. Quentin Nelson is the guy I think everyone knows is super talented. Everyone knows how great he is. Just a question of, he's been banged up quite a bit this year. There's some concerns with the injuries, some concerns with how – I actually got injured this past game too, if I'm not incorrect. So he's been banged up quite a bit. I'm not going to leave him off the ballot, but I think people would be justified if they decide to leave him off the Pro Bowl ballot this year just because of the times missed. And he's not been as good this year as he has been in year past. So, and part of that's because other guys around the league have been very good this year as well. One more vote. I'm split. Matt, I'm going to give it to Ali Marpet probably if I had to take a look at the guys who are left on the board. Matt Filer, though, has been very good for the Chargers this year. Don't underestimate him. He's been so good. He was like a swing guard tackle for Pittsburgh for a long time. Got a couple starts at tackle 1 year, then switched to guard. Now he's playing guard for the Chargers. He's been fantastic this year so far. Shaq Mason, another guy, is highly underrated, but his ability in the run game is fantastic. I just think Marpet probably is to go here. Brandon Scherf has not been fully healthy throughout the year, so it kind of takes him out of the picture, which makes it pretty easy for me at this point. Take Ali Marpet. And again, I picked Quentin Nelson, but I think I could see people arguing against taking Quentin Nelson this year, as crazy as that sounds. Where is he? There he is. Ali Marpet. One more spot to go, guys. Just got to take center, and then we'll be all done. This video is running a little bit longer than I expected. It's probably going to be a pain to upload, but hey, why not? All right, so we got some injuries to the center spot this year, so I know some guys who are usually going to be in this discussion, like guys like Frank Ragnow, not going to be popping up this year. Creed Humphrey has been phenomenal this year. Him and Rashawn Slater have been great as rookie offensive linemen. Actually, probably should be in that rookie offensive player of the year debate. They won't be. It'll be Mac Jones. It'll be Jamar Chase. It'll be Najee Harris or something like that at running back. So it's not probably be an offensive lineman this year. It almost never is. But the offensive rookie of the year could easily be Creed Humphrey or Rashawn Slater this year based on how well they performed compared to their level of competition at their position. Corey Linsley, who had a breakout year with the Packers last year, has been very good again with the Chargers. That's not a shocker. I'm putting him in. I still have 4 more picks for centers here. That's a lot of selections here to go through. Jason Kelsey's been a bit of a rebound player this year. I know he was not great last year. It looked like he was really on the decline, about ready to retire. And if this is his final go, it's been a very good final go. It's a great showing for him. He'll have an interesting Hall of Fame case because he's been a first-team All-Pro 3 times. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes out in the future. Some of our names. I know everyone seems to know J.C. Shredder for the Browns. Obviously, Alex Mack, someone everyone knows, but he hasn't been playing at the level he's used to for a long time now because, again, it's just the age at this point. Ryan Jensen for the Buccaneers is highly underrated, I believe, partially because of just not being the super athletic center necessarily, but just being a mover in the running game. Is fantastic to watch him play. He's a very fun player. He's a very fiery player, too, if you watch him. Some of the emotion he puts out on the football field, it's next level. And then we think about who else do I want to get? I still have so many picks for center. I'm really not sure. where I even want to go with most of this stuff. I think I'm going to take J.C. Treader. I think I'm just going to go and pick one of the obvious names that everyone's probably going to take the same way I am. I expect him to be top 6 on the ballot. And just look at the last couple of guys here. Christian Berry's not been very good this year. Kendrick Green's not been great this year. Rodney Hudson, I think, has struggled surprisingly, which I guess isn't the most surprising thing in the world because he was not necessarily like elite level last year. And last year he missed some. I think did he miss some time last year? I forget. But last year he was not as good as we're used to seeing him be. And of course, then the Cardinals went out, got him this year. So it's interesting to see where he's at in his career compared to some of these younger guys in the league right now. But I don't know. I don't really want to pick Rodney Hudson because I don't think he's been that great this year. But at the same time, Cardinals offense has been firing on all cylinders. I can't see another center out here that I really would love to take over him. I know people have picked Ryan Kelly for the Pro Bowl in the past. I know people have probably voted for Ben Jones in the past. If I'm being honest, there's really no one else who jumps out at me. So I'm going to take Rodney Hudson for that last spot and kind of fill that in with a guy everyone knows as being one of the best centers from the past decade or so. So, all right, we're just going to review selections then. So that's going to be it. I'm going to be done with that. You can see all my picks here. I'm going to scroll through them very quickly so you get to finish the video up. You can see all the guys who I picked for my ballot, quarterbacks, running backs. I'm sure there's going to be a few snubs, guys like obviously like Kyle Pitts are going to talk about, I'm sure. It's going to be the big one. Maybe someone I left off on the offensive line. I won't pretend to be a master of the offensive line. Wait a minute. When did you get picked? I did not pick you. That was not part of the move. Let's see. Let's go back. Did I really make that mistake? Well, it wouldn't be one of my videos if there wasn't some kind of mistake like that in there. All right. I guess I got one more guard I can pick now. Jeez. Oh boy. All right. Well, who's left? Who's talking about? I was talking about Shaq Mason being good before. So Shaq Mason, congratulations. You're now in the Pro Bowl. If I can just. There we go. It's lagging a little bit. Sorry about that. All right. Now we can review the Pro Bowl selections again. This time it will make more sense, hopefully. I guess I must have accidentally clicked on him when I was going for Batonio earlier. But all right, that's going to be the video, guys. If hello, do you want to load in now? I'm sorry, this site's been really slow loading the entire day. There we go. Yep, that's my entire ballot, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll do a defensive video later on, but for now, thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all the support and love you have in the videos, and hope to talk to you all